What is happening, everybody? Hopefully everybody comes over here from the premiere that just went. Like I was talking about with Josh in the chat over there, Josh at 508 Magnets. I went there over the winter, and it was actually a really good spot while I was there. But there were certain things because of the ice that I couldn't get, and I ended up getting that rod today. Jason, what is happening, dude? Appreciate you popping in. But yeah, that Cotuit spot was really, really cool. And there was actually a lot of like really kind of boaty folk down there. Um, Definitely probably owned a home somewhere close by. Charlie, what is happening? Long time no see. Appreciate that you are popping in to say hello. Hope you guys are doing good. But I've been staying on the Cape for the past few weeks. Hey Kelly, how are you? Appreciate you stopping in as always. But yeah, like I was saying, I've stayed on the Cape for the past few weeks. Even next week, I have a video coming out from the town of Bourne, and it was actually kind of like an homage to one of the subscribers that I actually have. Occasionally, I'll get the Cape Codder that comments on something and says, "Oh, I've moved away," and wow, it has been a while since you've been here. How have you been? Thought you disappeared into the abysses of the Cape, or you finally escaped. But anyways, like I was saying, the homage thing. So anyways, a particular subscriber did reach out and had just said how they had lived in the area of Bourne. Hawk, what is happening, dude? Appreciate you popping in, dude. And so anyways, I figured it was a good opportunity. I appreciate that a lot. I haven't yet, I did see it come across as one of my alerts, Hawk. Saw my video of me on my soapbox. I have not, but I will look for it. But anyways, go back to Bourne real quick. So this gentleman, or I don't even know if it's a woman. I'm sorry if you happen to actually be watching and whatever. But so I filmed a lot of Bourne. I even went to the Bourne Bridge. I went to the canal, and luckily for me, like right as I was there was one of these tall ships. Wasn't one of the very, very large tall ships, but it was a pretty big ship. It didn't have its sails up because it didn't need it, because the current that goes right through the canal is pretty quick. But I was able to capture some video of that. I was able to get the Bourne Bridge in the video, and I do plan to tag them. I tagged them in a post. I took a couple pictures for them as well. But this new video this week is going to be because of that. Just kind of wanted to do a little video shout out to them. Colt, what is happening, dude? I really appreciate everybody coming in here. Dog's just yelling at Carolina. Anytime somebody comes through that door, that dog barks and yells. How you doing, Colt? Anything new going on with you, dude? Yeah, so the photos actually, like I was just talking, I was able to get some video of that of the ship. It was kind of created this neat little interlude because I started out at one spot and kind of flop. Doc, get out of there. When someone turns their back, he thinks he can go eat the cat food. I will say hi to her, Charlie, when she pops out of being indisposed. 4 subscribers away from 1,300. If for some reason anybody in here is not subscribed yet, that's an easy one. We should be able to get Colt to 1,300. And there's Nick. What's going on, dude? Yeah, see that? I'm going to pop that up here real quick. 4 people. Nah, that was double 4. 4 people. Go in there, and here's the key, right? If you're going to go and you aren't subbed to Colt for some reason, go in there, subscribe, hit one of his shorts, and you got to make sure you say something. Um, okay. I guess that means I'm gonna have to watch that. Definitely watch that then. Okay, we'll check it out. Stephen Taylor snuck in. What is happening, Stephen? How are you? Um, yeah, so I lost my train of thought. Citizens, let's get that guy up to 1,300. That should be an easy one. I'm pretty sure I know for a fact I'm subscribed, dude. So why I'm even looking is beyond me, but I will double check just to make sure because sometimes YouTube is silly like that and you could fall off. Nope, I'm definitely still subscribed. So we'll see who we can get in here. Subbed. Missed it. We're looking at so the guy Citizens Magnafishing. It's a guy named Colt. It's a buddy of mine and the channel. We actually got a chance to meet him a few weeks ago when him and a bunch of other channels came to Salem, Massachusetts. Yeah. Colt, I think pretty much everybody in here is probably already subbed, dude. Yeah, he was actually when I did meet him, styling in Salem, I had just gotten like a crazy street sign, super heavy, couldn't get it out, and he ended up meeting me down below the bridge, and we got it. It happens. It happens all the time. I went to a relatively big channel recently, and it asked me to subscribe, and I'm like, I'm already subscribed. I get that, Kelly. It is a lot of stress. Um, I don't know what else to really tell you about that, but your mental health and your, state of mind is more important than making YouTube videos. It doesn't mean you can't go magnet fishing. If you don't want to record it, don't record it. Just go out and have some fun. That was, what we did before we even picked up the camera for the first time is we just magnet fished and had fun. I'm just a little bit obsessive compulsive, and that's why I make sure I get everything out every week. Because if it doesn't, then that I wouldn't say stresses me out, but it kind of, yeah, that's good to hear. I'm not going to stop magnet fishing. Just because you didn't record it doesn't mean that you're not doing it. You know what I mean? There are tons of people out there. I see people out there, even guys locally. I met a guy named John once who Stylen was actually watching live when I had a magnet stuck, and John came to help me out, and he magnet fishes. He doesn't put any videos up. It's right on my off days and kids. All this right on my off days. Yeah, we got a lot of the same going on here too, Jason. My son is just finishing his junior year. So he'll be a senior next year as well. He's the one that you met, actually. Um, and Talia also finishes up soon. She's got one more year in middle school, then she'll go to high school. So even though she thinks she's an older teenager, she's not in high school yet. Far from it. She still has a year. And Carolina's doing some work out front. But yeah, so with that, guys, I actually just ordered some stickers. Finishing ninth. And is she at Monomoy? That's where my son goes. I know that's your town, I think. You're in Harwich. Um yeah, where was I? God, we are talking about school and stuff like that. My oldest is already way, way, way past all that. She's almost 30, which definitely ages me a little bit because I never thought I was making it past 30. Now I have a kid that's 30. That doesn't make any sense. They might have. He's a junior this year. She's finishing ninth. There is a possibility. Or at least a bumped into each other. He's He's good lord. Very tall. He's like 6'1". I was 22, Jason. So yes, it was a little young, but wasn't like super, super, super young. My mom was 20 when she had me. Okay, I'll definitely have to check it out. His name is Colin Stylen. He's kind of a loner. He kind of sticks to himself, um, which is perfectly fine. No, I wasn't. Um, but yeah, crew pin in my video. So that's part of the things too. I was just talking about a sticker. It's actually a complete redesign. I'll ask him later on. His bedroom's right below me. But so I ordered stickers. I had created a design where I wanted it to still have the shark, but because summer is coming here on Cape Cod, and I think I'm going to hit the 5K number around summertime, I created just a special 5K sticker that has like a sunset, and it even has like the shark jumping more out of the water. I tried to make it a little less Jaws-ish, and just continue using shark as part of our logo. And then do be on the lookout for this soon too. Maybe this will even be available around the 5,000. But if anybody has remembered, I bought a heat press a while ago. I've been able to make a few Cape Cod Magna Crew shirts. I've ordered the transfers and everything, and they've worked out. So I'll be able to make some of those shirts for the giveaway too. But the past 24 hours, I've come up with two different, very double entendre type of shirt designs that say, just some very fun play on words, you know. So it'll be interesting. I don't want to put the design out until I have the shirt done because it's the internet and I don't want anybody stealing my idea. So I'm just going to make them, and then there will be a merch drop, and they'll be relatively decent priced. I'm not looking to like make a business out of making t-shirts, so you're not going to be buying $30 t-shirts from me. That's outrageous. I don't know how anybody could sell a $30 t-shirt. Let's see what that was. That was nothing. Someone's trying to get into my EA account. I haven't played EA in a long time. Double entendre, so you're inner Eminem. Yes. Yeah, but not so much. It's more just innuendo. That's also a very good word. Double entendre innuendos. How about that one? Doesn't rhyme very well, but it kind of gives you a ballpark of where these two shirts are going in. It's fun play on words, and I think people will enjoy them. And if it goes well, I've got a couple other ideas as well. So maybe after the first drop, maybe they do well enough that I create another design and just start creating. I see silly fishing shirts, so why not silly magnet fishing shirts? Yeah. But anyways, I've been using the heat press and really learning how to do it. I only have messed up one shirt so far. And it was just the last part of the W came off from Cape Cod Magnet Crew. So it's one of the ones that I wear while we're magnet fishing because I don't really care if it says it or not. Everything else is branded. Going on next week on the Cape. That would be funny, Jason. That would be funny. Maybe some sort of a caricature or something. Yeah, maybe like swinging off of the magnet from the bridge. I would actually thinking about going off Cape somewhere this week because the last 2 weeks I was in Katuitt and then Bourne. um, the kids and I were up in Waltham the week before, but I'd really like to get out closer to Worcester. There's a lot of stuff out there that a lot of towns out there. I did this month alone I tacked on a couple Saturdays onto 2 weekends at the end of June. That way I can go out a little bit more. Yeah, I'll be live regardless of wherever we are. Yeah, but I'm not quite sure where we're gonna go yet. Um, I have a couple things on here. Let me actually take a quick peek. I have a text file of the bridges that I want to go to next. Um, that was the one I just went to in Picasset. There's one in Milton. I've got that written out here for some reason. I don't know what that place is. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Because I can actually share Google Earth with you guys. That would be pretty neat. Let's find the address and take it right here. Copy paste. Sorry guys, I can't see the screen because I'm in Google Earth right now. There we go. Let's see. No. Is that Milton? Really? I don't know why I have this listed as a bridge because it doesn't look like there's a bridge here at all. What is going on here, Nate? What are you doing? All right, well, I'll get away from that. I was going to show you guys one of the upcoming bridges, but doesn't look like it. Where's that at? You're going to go to, I'll be in Maine this weekend. Bringing my magnet. Found a spot. That's cool. All right, so I just came back. How far up is Ogunquit? Is it like north up north? Is it way up there? Because like I've said, my son lives up in Augusta. I'll be up there probably at some point this summer. If not, maybe I'll use one of those 3-day weekends to go up there. No, just north of York. I don't know that either. But sit right on Route 1. Okay. Because Colt is not too far. Colt is in like Lewiston, I think. Auburn, Lewiston or Auburn. That's where Colt is from. Um, and which is actually where my son works. He drives 45 minutes to work every day in Lewiston. And I think that's kind of like southern Maine. Near Augusta, cows and paper mills. Yeah, he's the country area part of Augusta. I really like what you're probably talking about. My son lives more in the city. He's probably 2 or 3 blocks from the capital. Hola, Luis. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? And that's the extent of my Spanish. I'm actually doing okay with the Spanish. I can't necessarily speak it very well, but I hear enough often enough that when certain words are said, I know context of conversations for the most part. Auburn is 20 from you? Auburn, New York, yeah. To Augusta. That's the one. Bucky, what's happening, dude? Sneaking over here. Oh yes, lots of see, I know enough words to know that he's talking about work and lots of emergencies because that's what he does. Luis is a driver, EMT, I think. I mean, I'm not sure exactly, but um, he works in emergency transportation. He sent me pictures of himself in his uniforms. Luis likes his uniforms. When he's out not magna fishing, detecting, he always wears his camo, which to me is kind of brave. What's going on, Josh? Appreciate you popping in, dude. Yeah, listening while I drive home. Yeah, from the meeting. That's right. Okay, that makes sense. I totally forgot that you had said that during the premiere. I'm like, where's Josh at? But yeah, dude, I was really into the Scouts too, Josh, when I was a kid. I remember, I mean, I went through all of the regular Cub Scouts, then I became a Boy Scout or a Weeblo or whatever, then the Boy Scout. I did it for quite a while. I think I might have even like just gotten to Eagle before I quit. I'm not 100% sure, but I was in Scouts for a really, really long time. Then my son Colin, he was in Scouts, and we did all the we did a car once. We actually, oh, it's kind of ironic that I'm thinking about it now. It was a shark. Wow. I might have to try to dig that up. Went all the way to Eagle Scout. That's awesome. It's hard, man. It's hard. Yeah, I'll come on again anytime you guys want me to come back, Colt. I enjoyed chatting with you guys. 100%. Did we get to the 1300 yet? Bucky, you're sub to Colt, right? Same thing with you, Josh. Trying to get him up to 1300 here. Let's see. We should have it just about there. Yeah, we'll get you there, Colt. We'll also share it out a little bit later. Um, but yeah, lots of fun stuff going. Two away. That's good. There's 10 of us in here, and well, myself, at least 9 more other people should be able to get there. It's hard, Colt. I mean, Josh, everybody in here who does videos on a weekly basis knows that it's difficult. You know what though, Kelly, is the subs aren't like, I don't know, not really the most important thing. Having fun with it, but it's a huge grind. And literally, like, I can only attribute any sort of quote unquote success, because it's not really success at 4,500 subs, but I mean it is. Don't let me make that sound insignificant. But like Josh says, it's a grind, and it is a ton of networking. I don't just do stuff. Um, I don't just do stuff with the Magnafishing community. Like I've shown you guys, I got really, really lucky and got invited to a collective once. But I'm literally like all my free time, and I know it's unhealthy, but all of my free time that I have that I can dedicate to this, I do dedicate to it. And that's also because I'm a little over obsessed. That's exactly it too, Colt. 100%. Donnie, what is happening, dude? How are you, buddy? Appreciate you sneaking in. Sometimes I'll stuff. No, but you know what, Bucky? It doesn't really matter if you do what you want to do, but you're also out there grinding. So don't diminish what you're doing, or not what you think you're not doing, because you are. Um, you know, you've got a bunch of a good crew of guys to magnet fish with. I see your videos and then their videos with you in them. That definitely helps. So there's mutual, um, multiple, not mutual, multiple different ways that you have to push it in order to get anywhere. How I get my I am gonna watch that, Kelly. As soon as this is over and stuff, I'll pop over. Um, But yeah, I've also had certain things happen in my life with, my main job. And while I definitely do appreciate the work that I do, um, you know, I really found passion in magnet fishing. I found passion in trying to build a community or at least become part of one, you know? Um, so my main job has kind of taken a little bit of a backseat. And that's fine because I know where I want to focus my time and I know what I'm passionate about. And it's not just the magnet fishing, but what I also enjoy is the editing because before Comcast, that's what I did. I did graphic design. I was in that industry. So doing thumbnails again, being creative and actually like writing descriptions, I look forward to every little bit of this. Is it obsession? Probably. I'll gladly call it that, but I enjoy it. You should never feel like you have to do something, though, Kelly. You shouldn't have to do a video. You shouldn't have to worry about subs if you don't want to. I mean, if you enjoy magnet fishing,
I'm too loud?
just do that. Oh, yeah, too loud.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's Carolina.
Hello.
Hey, Tomcat, how are you, buddy? Yeah, I'll watch the video though, Kelly. But if you do, if it's not your thing, it doesn't have to be your thing. You can still come and hang out with all of us, and share your stories and all that stuff. Josh says hi. Oh, she shut the window on me. That's why it's got warm all of a sudden. Yeah. Sounds like she sounds like she's out there with a weed whacker. Yeah. And that's it, dude. That could be it too, like if that's what you like doing. I enjoy the live part of it, to be honest. I'll tell her everybody says hi. I enjoy the live part more than any of it. Um, it's amazing talking to people, not just here, but going out and when we're magnet fishing, other people are out there. Like this week's video, there were all those people, and they were genuinely curious about what we were doing. It is pretty fun, dude. And that's actually where you can pick up a ton of subscribers, to be honest, is through those. I don't know about you, Bucky, but I'd say it's an average of anywhere from 15 to 25 subscribers if you go live for at least an hour. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to happen, but that's presently what the number's at. And even if no live video, just magnet fishing, 100%, dude. I don't videotape every single time I go out. I don't videotape every single find. Sometimes I'm just in the zone. Yep. See, the shorts do it also, Bucky. Once you said you go pretty hard on them for a while and then drop off. If you stayed going on them, very similar to what Mark from Two Brothers does. He does something like 3 of them a day, maybe even 4. And I'm right there too, Kelly. It's definitely, it puts me in a better mental state. So I'm glad that it does that for you as well. Can't do that, no. But that's why he is doing as well as he is. I mean, his numbers for subs, God, I'm going to go to his site real quick. I don't think he's been doing this a super long time. And like if we go to his stuff, there he is. All right, so hang on one second. Big giveaway. Wow, these were like old streams. He's doing just shorts though. He is now at 8.28 subscribers. And he joined in 2015. I thought for some reason he just started. He's been doing it 10 years, 7 million views. Outrageous. People always ask, what are you doing? 100%. And I love when they do, Donnie. I absolutely love it when they do, because I like sharing, you know. And this past video that I just aired tonight was I luckily had some stickers in my back pocket. Who is that? Who's what? True Brothers from Mark? That's what I was talking about. Or who are you talking about? Who's Donnie? I'm confused, Josh. You confused me. Or maybe I confused myself. That's probably more the case. Can you guys hear that weed whacker going? Is that annoying? See if it is, I'll shut the window. But I think I have. Oh, yeah. No, Mark, I missed it. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I thought for some reason, Josh, that he really only started this year. I live in a constant state of confusion, Kelly. Constantly. All right, that's good. No one can hear it. But yeah, so again, we're getting pretty close to 8:30 here, but yeah, I still don't know where I'm going. Where are you going this weekend, Josh? Are you going to go out magna fishing, or are you going out detecting at all? Coolest thing we've ever found. You know what? I actually happen to have something right here, dude. And I think some of it might be cool. Yes, time to re-up on the broccoli time. This was one of my. So I actually found once, Donnie, you as well, Tomcat. It is very close to broccoli time, but I'll go back to the story for sharing some stuff. So I always see guys in Florida pulling up like voodoo cauldrons and stuff like that. And while I did get one in Salem with all of y'all, I did one time get a voodoo bag. It was some sort of bag, and it had all sorts of items wrapped up in it. And it came with a whole bunch of really cool stuff, like this one right here. This, let's see if the camera will focus on it instead of me. It doesn't want to. Come on. I'm going to turn the light on and off. See if that does anything to help out. Not really. You can see it a little bit better. But there's that, right? There was that skeleton key. And then there was this thing. I'll turn that light back on just a smidge. There was this thing. It's a little axe, right? It was also in the bag. That was what helped me do a little bit of research into what that bag was. Excuse me, that bag was about. So it definitely was a bag of some sort, not necessarily voodoo. I'm using the wrong terminology, but it was some sort of offering, and it was to this one god called Shango. I don't know if any of you remember the band from the 1980s called Shango Axe. That axe is attributed to a deity in certain religions called Shango. And it's believed that he will bring you good luck and stuff like that. And to be honest, when I found that bag, I probably had like 2 weeks of good luck after that. So to answer your question, Donnie's daughter, that was probably one of my coolest finds. That's why I keep it right there, because it's something fun that I like to look at. I do have some other stuff nearby, but you know, we of course got whatever you call those railroad spikes, which I've got probably 1,000 of at this point. But speaking of which, I'm going to be doing something with railroad spikes for the giveaway. 5,000 is really going to be a big thing, guys. The merch stuff I was talking about with the sayings on it won't be part of the giveaway. Those are something different completely. But I have tons of new stuff coming out. Where do I want to go? I want to go to Western Massachusetts. I was actually just talking about this. Even Josh, I know you're not a big fan of Boston, but if you're not averse to going to Worcester, I'd love to go to Worcester, and we could always make like a full day out of it. Hang out with Roger, maybe do a little magna fishing, and then maybe Roger's got a good spot that he could take us detecting. It could be this whole big day, but I would love to do that. I'm thinking reading some cold cases. Yeah. Springfield. Springfield would be a great spot. Springfield used to be like the murder capital of Massachusetts, so I do like Boston too. He actually, in one of the Boston songs, God, I don't even know the names of them, but they do say "Dancing on the Streets of Hyannis," which is the next town over. Yeah, it's cool that they're so close. You know, they literally were from the area. That's why they call themselves Boston. But Jason, to go back to this, that's why I started doing a little bit of research on Whitey Bulger, and I fell off a little bit and haven't been doing as much research. I went out and bought like 4 or 5 books on him, and I got about halfway through the first one, and then lost my obsession. I didn't fall down that rabbit hole. Yeah, I'll have to use it. Yeah, right now, dude, it just immediately as soon as I say it, it's now on loop and it's stuck inside my head. I'm gonna have to listen to something different when I'm done with this, just to get it gone. But we are pushing close to 8:30, guys. I am gonna head on out of here, see what Carolina's doing, see if I can't help her out before it's completely dark outside. I appreciate every single one of you coming in here. And yeah, we're on the road to that 5K, and I've got all sorts of cool plans. I appreciate the fact that everybody's along here for the ride. And we'll talk to you all later on. I appreciate you guys. See ya.